Time now 10:58. We continue to follow breaking news. State police have called off an Amber Alert for a 3-year-old child who was inside a stolen Toyota Camry. The child has been found at a hotel in East Windsor, Connecticut. Chicopee police officer Travis Odian told 22 News that the vehicle was stolen around 8:50 this morning from 136 Exchange Street with the child inside. Police say that Liam David Pagan is a 3-year-old who is inside a red 2021 Toyota Camry. That's the little boy right there. The car has been located at a Stop and Shop in East Windsor, Connecticut, and the child was found by state police at a hotel in East Windsor. The suspect was found a short distance away. State police say the possible suspect is a 50 to 60-year-old man wearing black pants and black Crocs. Police say that the car traveled south on 91 from Chicopee, heading into Connecticut, with Connecticut police and both Massachusetts and Connecticut police in pursuit. 22 News reporter Alana Flood is standing by live in East Windsor with more information for us. Alana?
That's right, Rich. I'm here in Windsor, Connecticut, right in front of the Anytime Fitness, where the suspect who took the 3-year-old boy was apprehended. The 3-year-old boy was found nearby at the Roadaway Inn, and according to initial investigations, they believe he dropped the boy off there. The hotel employees did contact the police, and luckily the boy is located and the suspect is in custody. The car, the red Camry, was left over in the plaza to the left of here, and police are currently looking through it right now. You can see there's a lot of activity behind me at the Anytime Fitness where the suspect was located. Now let's bring in 22 News reporter Taylor Knight. She's heading towards East Windsor, Connecticut right now with an update.
Thanks, Alana. We actually just pulled into the Roadway Inn right now. Lots of police activity here. This is right off of exit 45 in East Windsor. We are just pulling in right now. You can see there are several police here. There is state police. There's East Windsor police, several officers right in front of us here. They are at this hotel where that 3-year-old boy was located. Again, this is the Roadway Inn right off of exit 45 in East Windsor. That little boy, Liam David Pagan, found here just moments ago. We will keep updating the story as we get new information on the suspect, on this situation. We'll be updating it on air, online at WWLP.com, and on the 22 News mobile app. Working for you in East Windsor, Taylor Knight, 22 News.
Wow, excellent job by Alana Flood and Taylor Knight. Fingers crossed that the little boy Liam is okay, but the good news is he has been found, the suspect has been found, the car has been found, and the Amber Alert is over. 22 News will continue to follow this story on the air, online at WWLP.com, and on the 22 News mobile app. Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for 22 News at noon. I'm Rich Tedmer. The total solar eclipse is just a few hours away, capturing the hearts and minds of the country and our newsroom today. We have live team coverage with the 22 News Storm team in Vermont. Melissa Torres is in Springfield, and Duncan McLean is right here in the studio. And we begin with some student enthusiasm. Duncan spoke with excited young people ahead of a field trip this morning. Duncan?
Rich, that's right. 3 charter buses full of middle schoolers and a few high schoolers, too, from Hampshire regional schools are bound for the path of totality in northern Vermont. Teachers tagging along told us they've been covering the eclipse in science classes for the last week, and the students are excited to see it for real. More than 150 students returned permission slips for the event, well above the original limit of 100 spots on the buses.
And before the morning bell the next day, we had 115, I think. So we scrambled and we were able to add a 3rd bus. It's just amazing to see the passion of the kids and just how excited they've been. And the science teachers have been doing lessons with them. And there's just such a buzz about it.
Now, traffic on 981 North as they left this morning was much heavier than usual as all of southern New England makes their way up north to catch that path of totality. It'll also make for a messy rush hour southbound today with the eclipse wrapping up around 4:30. Those Hampshire regional buses are headed for Fairbanks Museum and Planetarium in St. Johnsbury, Vermont, which I hear is the perfect place to be to catch the eclipse. That's where we find members of the 22 News Storm Team. Jack and Adam, you guys are living the dream today. What's it like out there?
We really are, Duncan. No question about it. I'm here alongside Jack Wu with the 22 News Storm team, and the excitement is definitely building here in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. We got here around 10 o'clock this morning, and the crowd continues to grow, and we're just actually seeing quite a few people actually from our local area, Jack.
I know. We got tons of people from Westfield, East Hampton, also Wilbraham, and these people have been setting up all day. You can see on the street now, this is light in comparison to what we're expecting later in the day. And this is the museum, the planetarium actually, that people were looking to see a show at. Lines around the corner this morning. Things have calmed down since then. But we're expecting way more people to start showing up. Again, we got here at around 10 o'clock in the morning, and it was much lighter just in the past couple hours.
That's right. In fact, they closed the road down, and you can see a lot of people here in front of the Fairbanks Museum here in St. Johnsbury. The planetarium and museum, again, as you mentioned, having special programming. Of course, a lot of people are set up here on the lawn behind us. You can see all these people, a lot of telescopes, cameras, waiting for that eclipse a little bit later on this afternoon. And of course, here is where we are going to be able to see the total eclipse. So it will get dark, the temperature will drop, and the winds will get lighter, although we don't have much of a wind right now. But the one thing we're really benefiting with today is the fact that we have such gorgeous weather, beautiful sunshine, have no clouds in the sky as of yet.
Wonderful.
So the weather is just ideal for this eclipse. And again, we've been running into local people from Westfield, from Wilbraham, from East Hampton. East Longmeadow people have been coming up to us. So a lot of people from western Massachusetts venturing up here to the northeast kingdom of Vermont to view this total solar eclipse.
But Adam, you don't have to be in Vermont to view the solar eclipse. 22 News reporter Melissa Torres is with the Springfield Museums, and she's going to talk to us about these out-of-world festivities.
Well, thank you so much for that warm introduction, Jack. Adam, I hope you guys are having fun over there in Vermont. But we're here in Springfield, and we're over the moon for this special celebration. As you can see, families are here for all of the exhibits, the educational resources, and of course, that planetarium. And as you know, I am also ready to celebrate the eclipse. We have a lot of fun here today. In Springfield, the eclipse begins at 2:13 p.m. and ends at 4:37 p.m. And throughout the whole day today, the museum will offer a variety of activities to celebrate and educate, starting with their Eclipse Planetarium show that will guide visitors on what they can expect from the eclipse and learn how the Earth, Sun, and Moon interact to form this spectacular sight. They'll, of course, have a safe eclipse viewing in the afternoon using filtered telescopes, eclipse glasses like I was just wearing a moment ago, and of course pinhole projectors on the north lawn here in Springfield. Since part of the sun will always be visible in southern New England, during the event observers must use these filters that are specifically made for viewing the sun to prevent any eye damage. And of course, for the blind and low vision community, the museum also offers a sonification box that translates the solar eclipse into sound using sensors to detect changes in the light and generate corresponding audio. So for all of you guys who are looking to see this spectacular sight, you can come down to Springfield. Tickets are just $8 to get into the Science Museum. And if you're a resident of Springfield, you get in for free. So come on and join in on the fun. Working for you, Melissa Torres, 22 News.
News at 5.
A suspect is in custody after a kidnapping across state lines prompted an Amber Alert early this morning. Tonight at 5, we have everything you need to know. Good evening and welcome to 22 News at 5. I'm Ciara Speller.
And I'm Nick Oresco. An Amber Alert for a 3-year-old boy from Chicopee has been canceled after he was found at a hotel in Connecticut. 22 News has live team coverage from Connecticut and Massachusetts with Melissa Torres and Alana Flood.
But first, 22 News anchor Taylor Knight was at the inn where the little boy was found. She shows us the moment the little boy was dropped off by the suspect, 52-year-old Vadim Vorobriyov of Springfield.
Tonight, we do know that that boy was found safe by a hotel guest.
He's got a pacifier and a diaper and everything. He couldn't talk.
This is surveillance video at the Roadway Inn in East Windsor, Connecticut. It shows a red car pulling into the property and driving around back. Then the driver opens the car doors and, according to Massachusetts State Police, leaves 3-year-old Liam David Pagan alone in the parking lot. David Charbonneau is a guest staying at the hotel. He says he found the little boy while he was out walking his dog.
The dog around, took about 10 minutes, and so I got back about 9:10, and there's a little kid puddle jumping, all alone.
This all started around 8:50 this morning when the little boy was inside of a car that was stolen on Exchange Street in Chicopee. Police tracked that car to 91 South heading towards Connecticut. Then an Amber Alert was issued. This 2-hour ordeal ended here at the roadway Inn when police were able to find the 3-year-old safe. Charbonneau brought him to the front desk, who then contacted police when they couldn't find his parents at the hotel.
Front desk people took care of him, and the cleaning ladies, and we all babysat him for an hour.
Police found the stolen car and arrested a suspect in a shopping plaza in Windsor, just about 3 miles from the hotel. Working for you in East Windsor, Taylor Knight, 22 News.
We continue our live team coverage from Chicopee, where a press conference was held this afternoon in regards to that Amber Alert.
22 News reporter Melissa Torres has the latest from officials there. Melissa.
Well, Nick, Ciara, we now know the identity of the suspect who was arrested in connection with that specific abduction this morning of that 3-year-old in Chicopee. 52-year-old Vadim Verofbiev of Springfield will be charged with kidnapping, child endangerment, and fugitive from justice in Connecticut. And he is also expected to be charged with kidnapping, child endangerment, and motor vehicle larceny in Massachusetts, according to the state police. The investigation revealed that at approximately 8:40, Verofbiev came across the Toyota Camry as it was parked outside of a residence on Exchange Street in Chicopee, with the motor running and the child in the back seat. As we can see in the surveillance video, Liam David Pagan's mother closes the passenger door of the car and walks away from the car to go into her home. And then, in a matter of seconds, Verofbiev enters the vehicle and drives away. Chicopee police said that the use of updated camera technology played a pivotal role in gathering information on this suspect.
We're happy to report that the child, the suspect, and the vehicle have all been located. The vehicle is located in the parking lot of 1095 Kennedy Road in Windsor, Connecticut. The child was located on Bridge Street in East Windsor, and the suspect was taken into custody by the Connecticut State Police in the same parking lot where the vehicle was recovered.
As a precaution, the child was transported to a local hospital to be evaluated. However, it does not appear that the 3-year-old was harmed, according to Chicopee police. The suspect has been taken into custody, and he is currently being processed by Connecticut State Police on charges related to this incident. He will be extradited to Massachusetts at a later time. Now I'm going to send it over to 22 News reporter Alana Flood, who has more information of when and in what condition that child was in when he was found in Connecticut. Alana.
Thank you, Melissa. Law enforcement descended upon this plaza here in Windsor, Connecticut after the Amber Alert was issued around 10:30 a.m. this morning. Law enforcement especially clustered right behind me at the fitness center where the suspect was eventually apprehended. After that alert was issued this morning about the missing child and the vehicle, the red Toyota Camry taken from Chicopee was located a few hundred yards away from where I am now, in the parking lot on Kennedy Road in Windsor, Connecticut, and the suspect taken into custody at the fitness center. Cara Bodieri is a member of that fitness center, and she was shocked at what transpired just a few hours before she got there.
Yeah, I was definitely surprised. I didn't receive an Amber Alert. You do need a key fob to get into the gym. I usually feel safe there, so that's really surprising to hear.
Before arriving here in Windsor, the Camry was captured on a license plate reader heading south on Route 91 in Longmeadow. The vehicle's location was pinpointed at approximately 10:30 a.m. Windsor Police, Connecticut State Police, Chicopee Police, and Massachusetts State Police officers all converged on the lot here and got the suspect into custody. And again, that search is successful. The suspect and the little boy are safe, and everyone we spoke to today here in Windsor, Connecticut, expressed relief that that little boy is okay. Working for you live in Windsor, Connecticut, Alana Flood, 22 News.
Alana, thank you. This morning's abduction took place in Chicopee Center. It caused a lot of concern to nearby residents who live there. They told 22 News they have seen a change in their neighborhood over the last decade or so.
And 22 News reporter Duncan McLean spoke to people where it all happened.
A reported car theft at 136 Exchange Street, quickly escalating to a coordinated search as word spread through Chicopee Center that a child was taken along with the car.
Just appalled. I'm actually sick to my stomach. This is actually, it's like disgusting. You know, being a father.
I feel like it can be one of my kids too, you know. So I feel responsible. We should be more careful.
Minutes after the car was reported stolen, multiple agencies cooperating to canvass the area. Units with Chicopee and state police joined by the Hampden County Sheriff's Department, even Amtrak police, comforting the family affected, talking with neighbors and passersby. Nearby business owners visibly dismayed as they learned the details of what transpired here on Exchange Street, while residents tell us there's been a change in the neighborhood recently.
12 years ago, it was a good community to live in. Like, it was real close knit. And now I just feel like it's very eerie. It's a very eerie community now.
That sentiment of change in the neighborhood echoed by half a dozen residents we spoke to. Others encouraging public intervention to make sure this chain of events won't happen again.
Come on. It's not time to pray. It's time to act. I don't understand. We are 2024. We don't have any system. We don't have cameras nowhere, you know. I don't want to be like China everywhere, camera, but at least some part of the cities we should put the camera.
Those same residents relieved later to hear the child was found safe and calling themselves and other parents to be vigilant about their children's safety. Working for you, Duncan McLean, 22 News.
Live from the 22 News Broadcast Center, this is 22 News at 5.
An earthquake in New Jersey shook people up and down the East Coast. Tonight at 5, we'll hear what those in our area had to say about the tremor. Good evening and welcome to 22 News at 5. I'm Ciara Speller.
And I'm Nick Oresco. It's something everyone is talking about. The rumbles of an earthquake centered in New Jersey were felt all along the East Coast this morning just before 10:30.
And something neither of us felt this morning.
No.
22 News reporter Alana Flood joins us live from Springfield Museums. And Alana, you spoke to the experts today about the quake. Is this type of event unusual?
Nick and Ciara, actually, it is not unusual for the Northeast to experience an earthquake, but what is unusual was the magnitude of today's quake. At 10:23 a.m., the U.S. Geological Survey reported the earthquake with a preliminary magnitude of 4.8. It was centered near White House Station, New Jersey, or about 45 miles west of New York City and 50 miles north of Philadelphia. It is estimated that more than 42 million people might have felt the rumbling, and in major cities from Philadelphia, D.C., New York, and of course, right here in Western Massachusetts. Experts here at the Springfield Museums say events like this are not rare.
It's not as rare as you think. They're not quite as strong as this one. I did some checking around in the last year. There's been about 8 or 10 earthquakes in New England, but they're more like magnitude 1. They're deeper down in the ground. So, you know, maybe we didn't feel them, but they do exist in New England.
People from Baltimore to the Massachusetts-New Hampshire border reported feeling the ground shake. While there were no immediate reports of serious damage, officials were checking bridges and other major infrastructure. Amtrak slowed trains throughout the busy Northeast Corridor, and a Philadelphia area commuter rail line suspended service out of what it called an abundance of caution. And a few flights were also diverted. Now, today's earthquake was shallow, just 3 miles underneath the Earth's surface, which means it was felt by a whole lot of people. And 22 News reporter Heath Kalb is standing by live in Springfield. Heath, I know you spoke to a lot of people out there who experienced the tremors out there today.
Yeah, exactly. I know, Alana, you and I both didn't feel anything, which is surprising, but I was here in Springfield all morning, and pretty much every single person I spoke to told me they felt some rumbling. An earthquake rattled New Jersey Friday morning, and moments later, people within hundreds of miles in surrounding states were feeling the effects.
New Jersey does not have earthquakes. This is amazing.
I was sitting in my chair working, and all of a sudden my chair went like this, and the whole building went like this.
Downtown Springfield is about 175 miles away from where the epicenter of the earthquake took place. And while people here didn't feel the quake as strongly as family members I personally spoke to in New Jersey, people here still felt something.
I was actually in the elevator at MGM, and I felt it. It was pretty scary. I thought the elevator was going to come down, but everything was fine.
Some people I spoke to who were home had immediate reactions that this earthquake may mean structural damage.
Oh, the foundation is falling apart on my house. It's going to probably cost me $100,000.
I was a little nervous because my house creaked. It's an old house, and it creaked quite a bit, but it's still in one piece. So.
No major disruptions or damage have been reported to property in western Massachusetts. Some people said they didn't even know there was an earthquake.
I'm very surprised that other people are reporting that because I didn't feel anything. In this area, that's surprising to hear.
The shaking feeling was short-lived and not so strong in Springfield, but Friday, April 5th will definitely be a day many will remember here. Now, my amazing grandma, who lives just a few miles away from the epicenter of that earthquake earlier today in New Jersey, the great state of New Jersey, I may add, said that she saw cars shaking for over 30 seconds and she felt a really strong rumble. Now, of course, it wasn't so strong of a feeling here in Springfield, but definitely still a pretty incredible geological event here throughout the Northeast today. Working for you live in Springfield, I'm Heath Kalb, 22 News.
Hey, thank you. The United States Geological Survey says it is possible the area around today's earthquakes could see aftershocks in the coming weeks. A research social scientist says at least 2 aftershocks have already been reported. There's about a 3% chance for 1 or 4 aftershocks larger than a magnitude 5 in the coming weeks. A geologist says there have been at least 3 magnitude 5 earthquakes in the region since the 1700s.
And now the 22 News Storm Team forecast.
You know, I'm feeling a little bit left out. I did not feel any quaking. My dog didn't alert me to anything, but in southern New Hampshire, my mom said she felt it and thought somebody was breaking in.
Yeah, some FOMO happening here in 22 News. I didn't feel it either. I was taking a nap. Let's bring in 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Brian Lapis.
Yeah, you know what? I felt it, and it was one of those things where it was a very unique sound and a unique motion in my house. And I was like, oh, this is not just the wind. And as it turns out, it was this 4.8 magnitude earthquake in northern New Jersey, central northern New Jersey. Let's take a look at some of those earthquake facts. Just north of White House Station, New Jersey, 4.8. And we were talking before we went on the air. In my anecdotal memory, and as the curator at the Springfield Science Museum was saying, that I don't remember an earthquake this strong in our region. So it's been quite a while since we've had something this strong. Adam, nod at me if I'm correct, yes? Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah. So anyway, if you felt it, that's probably why. So, and there is the possibility of some more light rumbles here in the future. And they're not uncommon. Let's go from geology to meteorology, shall we? A live look here at our 22 News Storm Team ESP Live Doppler radar. A little bit of sprinkle activity up and down the valley. A couple of snowflakes in the hills to the east and to the west. Northern Berkshire County has been basically getting flurries throughout the day here today. The majority of the precipitation for you has been in the form of snowflakes. And temperatures right now are in the 30s to low 40s. 44 in Chicopee, 43 Hadley, Shutesbury at 40 degrees, and 37 right now in Montgomery and Hawley. Moving forward into the evening hours, plan on a couple of scattered sprinkles or light showers through about 8, 9 o'clock. 44 degrees right now, 42 at 7, 40 at 9 o'clock, and 38 at 11 o'clock, and mostly cloudy. We will track some gradual brightening and drying as we head toward the eclipse on Monday with our 22 News Storm Team 7-day forecast.
Well, in addition to the earthquake, there's lots of excitement building for the solar eclipse that's taking place on Monday.
There's a lot going on. 22 News Storm Team meteorologist Adam Strumpka was working for you with some good places to view that eclipse.
Well, Nick and Ciara, we will have a good view here in western Massachusetts, and there are some special events planned. Everybody is talking about the solar eclipse on Monday, and if you're looking for a good place to see it, you may want to head on over to the Springfield Science Museum.
We're going to charge $8, $8 on the 8th. We're going to have a free included mini planetarium show where you can see simulations of an eclipse so you know what to expect when you get outside.
And there will also be music and entertainment, and outside on the north lawn there will be telescopes set up with safe filters for the eclipse viewing party. Now, UMass will also be holding an event for viewing the eclipse at the Sun Wheel from 11 a.m. till 4:30 p.m. And for more information on places where you can view the eclipse, log on to our website at WWLP.com. Working for you, I'm 22 News Storm Team Meteorologist Adam Stremko.
An update now on the search for former Holyoke City Councilor and fugitive from justice Wilmer Poyomota.
A video surfaced on Russian social media on Thursday that showed an American that looks like Poyomota signing a contract with the Russian Ministry of Defense. 22 News reached out to an account on the Russian social media site VK, which belongs to Poyomota. The account responded to our request for comment and referred us to the Russian Ministry of Defense.
Poyomota's last verifiable location was in Istanbul, where he flew 2 days before he was supposed to face trial in Rhode Island for child pornography charges.
Authorities are asking for the public's help tracking the source of bullets that hit 2 houses on Mountain View Drive in Belchertown within the past year. The most recent incident happened on March 29th when a bullet struck a sliding glass door. Previously, a bullet hit a different house on the same street last June. No one was injured in either incident. Police noted that the street is within 1 mile of the Granby Bow and Gun Club. If you have any information about these 2 incidents, you're asked to call Belchertown Police, that number right there on your screen.
The Hampden County Sheriff's Department celebrated the 51st class of the Western Massachusetts County Correction Officer Academy today.
And 22 News reporter Duncan McLean brings us inside the ceremony.
Hey, Sergeant! Hey, Sergeant!
A day of celebration Friday on the campus of Western New England University. 36 recruits receiving their certificates and badges as county correctional officers, accepting the great duty and responsibility to serve and rehabilitate the incarcerated community in the Hampden County system.
They are going to play a big part in being an important piece in changing someone's trajectory for the positive. That's what they say to me. And when they say those key words, I know I have somebody who at least understands the work that we do.
12 weeks of intensive training molding this young class into officers ready to accept the high standards put forward by the Hampden County Sheriff's Department.
They certainly really took it to another level when it came to training about certain aspects as far as being a correctional officer, so I appreciated their determination.
This year's class of graduates uniquely qualified. It's the very first where every single recruit made use of the department's cadet program. That program is a 2-week trial run ahead of the official start of the academy, immersing prospective recruits in the life and responsibilities of a correctional officer, face to face with the population they will serve.
Do you like the work? And do you want to invest your time, your effort to go through an academy and become a full-time employee? 2, do we like the way you do your work? Are you the type of employee we want to invest in?
The additional training reducing burnout and turnover, according to Kochi, and another way that the county continues to lead the country in correctional rehabilitation. Working for you, Duncan McLean, 22 News.
Still ahead, the Powerball jackpot is reaching record numbers ahead of the drawing tomorrow night. You're watching 22 News at 5.